A huge part of the agenda, of course, is the agenda to sexualize our children, to change the family. And, of course, Obama took that agenda to Kenya, and the Kenyan president was having none of it. Let's play that clip of what the Kenyan president said to Obama.
Value for families. These are things that we share. But there are some things that we must admit we don't share. Our culture, our societies don't accept. It's very difficult for us to be able to impose on people that which they themselves do not accept. This is why I repeatedly say that for Kenyans today, the issue of gay rights is really a non-issue.
Yeah, it's not like we have solved all of those problems that he mentioned. Those are all things that are glaring problems, things that government could help, in most cases, by getting out of the way. Instead, what they're trying to do, in the words of the Kenyan president that you just heard, is impose on people what they do not accept. And, of course, one of the ways that they do this primarily is through the schools. This is what the schools were designed for. If you go back and you look at the writings of Horace Mann and others, you'll see that that was what they wanted to create the schools for. They realized that their socialist experiments were not succeeding in the mid-1800s, and they said, well, the problem is that we need to get to the children at an early age. Every dictator has said this throughout history, going all the way back to Plato's Republic, where he basically wanted to destroy the family so that the only loyalty would be to the government. That would be the way they would control the people. They would not even know who their parents were. Perhaps we're pretty close to that today. When we send our children away to a government institution and have them spend most of their day there, do they really know who their parents are? Are they more connected to their peers than to their parents? Do they see the school and the government as the authority figures rather than their parents? Ask yourself that. You need to think about that in your personal life. I know it's a difficult thing. We have such a high tax burden. It has driven many people to have both parents, many families, both parents are working, even if you have a two-parent family. In many families, there's only one parent. It's extremely difficult. But I can tell you, if you can work with others, if you can find a way to take control of your children's education, to at least understand what is being taught to them, to know the teachers there, that you can't put a price tag on that. That is going to pay dividends in your life. And quite frankly, it's the only way you and your children and your grandchildren and their children are going to be free. Take a look at this story that was up on Infowars.com. Again, came out yesterday. At an anti-bullying conference, middle schoolers learn about lesbian sex from the people who are presenting it there. This is in a small town. It's less than 5,000 people, 4,690 people in a small Iowa town. Among the nearly 24 speakers who are supposedly going to be there about bullying, only one attendee, only two addressed bullying, said one attendee. The rest of them were selling this. That's why, that and other things like Common Core, that's why so many people are moving to homeschooling. There's an article from Common Watch talking about how in Virginia and other places, people are concerned that even the private schools, even the Catholic schools, are adopting Common Core because they want to teach to the test. Don't let them put that kind of pressure on you.
All right, we're going to cut this segment short because I understand we have an urgent phone call right now from Admiral Akbar of the Rebel Alliance. Admiral, thanks for joining us. You know, we were just talking about the internet kill switch, and Barack Obama, you know, he just said that he thinks we should hand power of the internet over to the federal government. Like, that sounds like a scary thought. And Obama says it will be used fairly and distributed equally. What do you say to that?
It's a trap.
What happened? Did we lose him?